In 1827, the Mormon prophet Joseph Smith found golden plates buried in upstate New York. He published and called the Book of Mormon. 185 years later, we have the musical. And after more than a year of waiting since I debuted in New York City, I finally managed to satisfy my needs by seeing the Book of Mormon in Hollywood. I had to travel 400 miles across the desert from Phoenix to see this show, and I can honestly say, without hyperbole, one of the most amazing things I have ever seen in my life. I was gloriously enchanted. It was worth every penny and every effort to go see this show. When South Park first aired, of which I am a humongous fan of, it shocked and surprised people by doing and saying things that were so outrageous and hilarious, it caught us off guard. So revered and original was South Park's social commentary, it even managed to win a Peabody Award and 9 Emmys. So how could the creators of South Park now possibly top themselves? Well, they managed to do it. They have pioneered into uncharted waters, into unexplored lands of comedic genius, and they have claimed it as their own. Matt Stone and Trey Parker are gods. Gods! It is a very, very rare occurrence when any piece of art, any play, any song, any book, any movie can portray serious ideas, be equally absorbing, and all the while being so damned original and clever and captivating and unforgettably entertaining. But they did it. They have pulled it off in a completely perfect way. They have managed to create a new gold standard of comedy, laughter, music, and showmanship that will likely never ever be surpassed. The Book of Mormon is entirely in a league of its own. It is something so beautiful, so amazing, so tender, so sweet, so damned funny, so loving, so poignant, so outrageously entertaining, so catchy, and so damn memorable. It is all those things and more. There is nothing I can think of in the world that is like the Book of Mormon. And if you don't know what it's about, if you've never heard of it, it's such a great story. Of course, the creators of South Park have done Mormons before, they've done religion before, but now they're doing sort of a similar thing, but they're giving it a whole new twist, and they're making it even better than you could possibly imagine. Just picture your favorite episode of South Park, and think about why you like it so much, and think about its social commentary, and now multiply that by 100, and imagine it in a live scenario, and it is even more amazing than you can possibly expect it to be. It's about 2 young Mormon missionaries in Salt Lake City who are sent off to Uganda to convert the Africans. But what they find there is a challenge that no Mormon is prepared to confront. They encounter one of the most memorable villains in recent memory, a brutal warlord named General Butt Fucking Naked, who apparently is named after a real general in Sierra Leone, who terrorizes the local populace that the Mormons are sent to convert. The show then goes on, creating a wholly original moments of comedic disbelief by its jokes. And you always ask yourself when you're seeing this on stage, can they really get away with this, what they're doing on a live performance? And yes, they can do it, and they get away with doing it.
General! We have an intruder! He just walked right into camp! I believe that Satan has a hold of you. I believe that the Lord God has sent me here.
And the laughs are never cheap. Every single joke is affectionately felt by the audience. Every single one. There isn't a simple, cheap shot or a cheap joke in the whole performance. The writing is inspired genius, and the creativity of it all is astounding. They even managed to work in some outrageously hilarious cameos by Yoda and by Adolf Hitler. Only the creators of South Park could possibly pull something like that off in a show about Mormons. But perhaps one of the most shocking elements of the show was its complete sincerity. The writing is striking, and it will insteep deep, poignant thought in anyone who has ever had any religious background, the memories of which will undoubtedly emerge. Someone like myself, who grew up as a Christian who was raised in a fundamentalist household, I completely identified watching the missionaries in Uganda read boring passages of scripture, to the bewildered and confused Ugandans and expected to actually make a real change and impact their lives, as if believing in metaphysical ideas and religious texts would literally make the warlord go away, would literally cure and make the famine and sickness and poverty of the village disappear, as if believing in the Book of Mormon literally would make all of these things go away. It is a priceless scene in the show, and for good measure, we even get the tragically hilarious plight of a closeted gay Mormon. The show does something very important in demonstrating the dangerous liabilities that religion offers, but also goes out of its way showing the life-changing power that belief can bring. Yes, the show does bash the Mormon faith completely, but that is perhaps its biggest misconception. It is its selling point, but it is far more than you can imagine.
In this part of Africa, we all have a saying. Whenever something bad happens, we just throw our hands to the sky and say, Has Adiga Ibowa.
Does it mean no worries for the rest of our days?
Kind of. We've had no rain in several days. Has Adiga Ibowa. And 80% of us have AIDS. Has Adiga Ibowa.
The costumes, the terrific acting, the singing, the performances, the stage props, the experience is all made even better by the fact that the Book of Mormon not only upends the Mormon religion, but by the unexpected twist they give at you when they show that they actually love and admire and even respect its faith and even admit it can do good in the world, which is a very inconvenient thing for many people to concede, but it is true nonetheless in many respects. It doesn't necessarily have to be true for it to work.
That the Lord God created the universe. I believe that He sent His only Son to die for my sins,
And in a time when atheism is being called militant, and scholars like Richard Dawkins and Christopher Hitchens, who are some of my favorite scholars and authors, express vitriol and damning arguments against the harm and evils that religion does in the world, this show actually managed to successfully disarm atheists in its war against all things religious, while simultaneously arguing in and against their favor. The show is so much more than just a bashing of religion. It is anything but a one-note idea. It does something so wholly original, so loving, so unexpected, so affectionate, and so warm-hearted, it will catch anyone who sees it by surprise. It just loves people. It loves people, and it loves its Mormons like nothing ever could. I laughed like I have never laughed in my life, but I did not expect to be so touched emotionally and satisfied by the way it ended. I think I have said as much as I could about this show without actually spoiling anything about the plot. And I have not even begun to praise how wonderful and catchy the music on this musical actually is.
Have you heard of the all-American prophet? The blonde-haired, blue-eyed voice of God. He didn't come from the Middle East like those other holy men. No, God's favorite prophet was all-American. Joseph took the plates home and wrote down what he found inside. He turned those plates into a book, then he rushed into town and cried.
Hey, God spoke to me and gave me this blessed ancient tome. He commanded me to publish it and stick it in every home.
Wow, so the Bible is actually a trilogy, and the Book of Mormon is Return of the Jedi? I'm interested.
And I haven't even begun to talk about the two main characters, Elder Price and Elder Cunningham, who are the heart and the lifeblood of this show.
Holy moly, I said it like 13 times!
And the fact that I could talk about this show without even mentioning those things, all the while talking about its ideas, attests to the powerful experience of what this thing really is. All of its elements, its ideas, its melodies, its acting, and its writing are all beyond incredible. It was a sellout crowd, and it received a standing ovation, thunderous applause during its last performance in Hollywood. It is hard to get a ticket, and expensive, and for good reason. And honestly, given the chance, I would travel across the world just to see this one more time. It is so damn awesome. And if you see any of the reviews on YouTube or read any of the reviews on any newspaper, they are all unanimously praising this in a complete consensus among critics who've never met. And this show damn well deserves it. It deserves all the worship and all the praise it gets. And in the most adamant way possible, it is literally one of the funniest things ever produced. And that is a big claim to say, and it is damn well true. It is damn well true. The New York Times called it the best musical of the century, and I'm going to take a bolder approach and claim it to be the best musical ever made. It is nothing short of pure orgasmic euphoria. I have said that, pure orgasmic euphoria. It is a heart-yanking, loving tribute to the humanity in every single one of us. I am a better and more complete human being for having seen it. And I'm telling you right now, do everything you can, do everything in your power to go see this show, even if it's far away, even if it's another state. I took a 400-mile trip just to see this alone. And I'm telling you right now, your heart will be touched in a way you never thought was possible.
And I believe that the Garden of Eden was in Jackson County, Missouri. Believe, the Lord will reveal it, and you'll know it's all true. You'll just feel it. You'll be a Mormon.